Ryan with Long Range Only here. Today we're going to talk about the Zeiss Victory SF 10x42s. This should be short and sweet. There's really not a lot to talk about. As far as I'm concerned, there's only 3 optics in this category, or at this tier, as far as optic quality goes. It's going to be the Zeiss SFs, the Swaro ELs, and the Swaro NL Pures. First of all, I'm going to get one thing out of the way. I overall do think that the Swarovski NL Pures are a little bit better optically. They're very similar, but the field of view is about 40 foot at 1,000 yards larger. And to me, that's kind of a big deal the way I glass. I like to put these on a tripod, and then I get a hillside in there, and I kind of just roll my eyes around in the optic, and then I move as I am done glassing the area. And that bigger field of view is just easier to work through terrain at a faster pace. However, it's usually $400 to $800 more, depending on various sales going on with the Zeiss, various sales going on the Swarovski. You're probably looking at $400 to $800 difference, the NL Pures being more money, and that is a consideration. I don't know if it's really $400 better, and I think really what you're getting is the extra field of view. So basically this is going to be mostly compared to the Swaro ELs, and I've had the Swaro ELs for years, and they've seen some updates, but the glass quality has pretty much been the same. These and the ELs both have field flattener, glass field flattened technology, however you want to look at that, where the field of view is very flat. There's not a huge depth of field, and it makes it optically, I don't know what the cause is, but those glasses both seem to be better at the edge-to-edge clarity than non-field flattened technology optics. And to me, that's important. Like I just said, the way I glass, I want it to be sharp, clear to the edge. I think that the ELs have a very, very slight advantage over these when it comes to edge clarity, but it's very minute. As far as the rest of the image quality, they're almost identical to me. The Zeiss are going to be a little bit cooler image. The Swaros seem to be a little bit warmer image. I personally don't care. Some people might get hung up on that. That's pretty much it as far as the optic quality, the image quality. The eye cups, I don't use them. They're very smooth. They don't have very positive detents on different settings, but I don't know if that's really important to guys that use them, because I don't use them, but they're very smooth. It's got a diopter adjustment right in the middle, and my eyes currently, I have it set on the middle, but it's easy to adjust. And for those that are interested, there is bino stud available from Outdoorsman, which I personally think is mandatory in order to get the most out of a alpha tier glass. If you put this glass up, just glance out here looking for deer, whatever, look at this, you look at like a Vortex Razor, you're gonna see image quality differences right away. But as far as actual ability or usability, as far as glassing animals at 1 mile, 2 miles, looking through trees and stuff, you're not really going to see a huge difference between this and those $1,000 optics if you're not on a tripod, and that's just all there is to it. So if you're not glassing off of a tripod, I don't really see the point of buying a $2,600, $2,700, $2,800 pair of binoculars. And Outdoorsman's got you covered with a stud there. This one's going to get sent off soon to get it. This is a long story. I've had several of these stolen, so it's been kind of hard to get them in my hands long enough to get a review done on it. But in any case, we talked about the optic quality, we talked about the eye cups, we talked about the diopter, and the availability of a stud. We compared the image quality versus the Swaro, and I think they're very similar. Now, for years, I'd been reading from the bird watching community about how comfortable these were in hand and how light they felt when you're glassing like this, when you're just holding them in the hand and you bring them up to your eye, and how noticeable it was. I mean, they just talk, no matter what birding forum you go on, it seems like when they talk about the SFs, they're always bringing that up. And I could not imagine how that would be or why it would be, but it's insane. When you pick these up and you're looking through them, it almost feels like you're not even holding anything. They've got a perfect balance of weight, it seems like, where your hands sit on it, and it just makes them feel like nothing. I've handed these binoculars off to every one of my friends and compared them to the ELs, and they all say that this is way lighter than the ELs, when the truth is the specs are very similar. They're so similar that I would tell you couldn't notice it, but when you pick them up, it just feels like there's nothing there. When you're doing a quick glass, or when we're glassing here in Kansas where I don't have to do a bunch of train all at once, then it's kind of neat to have that. I don't know if I would solely pick that over another glass usually, but in this case, I really think it might be the #1 thing that sets it apart from the Swarovski ELs. That, and the fact that I think that the focus adjust wheel is just a little smoother, and it's in a little bit better place as far as comfort when you're glassing for hours and you keep doing that, keep focusing, and as you go across the terrain, the focus wheel is just in a little bit better spot. Glass is comparable, the other features are comparable, price is very comparable. I think the two things that set it aside are going to be the ergonomics, in both just holding it and the ergonomics of that zoom wheel placement. I think that if you're looking for a do everything 10x42 binocular, then you should be looking at the Zeiss SFs. I do think they're a little bit better than the Swarovski ELs for the two reasons I pointed out. They're not quite as good as the NL Pures, but they're going to save you $400 to $500. You know, again, depending on the timing and the sales and stuff that's going on, they're going to save you a little bit of money, and you can use that towards other gear. One of the best optics you can buy. They're an optic you can buy, and you can use this until you die, and you can pass it off on to your kids, and they will still have a great optic. Are there going to be better optics down the road? Probably. It's going to be really hard to improve on it. The glass quality is very high and the ergonomics are great, but this is a glass of a lifetime. I think you should check it out. 10x42 Zeiss Victory SFs are one of the best you can get. I'll have a link in the description below to a thread on the forum. You can head on over there. You can ask me any specific questions, anything I didn't tell you that you want to know about this in this video review. You can ask on the forum. Please like and subscribe to the video and the channel. It does help us, believe it or not, and so we would really appreciate that. If you're not a member on longrangeonly.com forum, it's quick, it's free, it's easy to sign up. We would love to have you. There's a lot of great information on there from the editors as well as forum members, so we would like to have you there. Like I said, quick, free, easy to sign up for. We appreciate you taking the time to watch. Have a great day.